Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for the weekend of November 15th to November 17th, 2024. I am going to be using the Morgan-Greer Tarot today. I hope everybody's doing well. I am definitely noticing some interesting patterns of communication over the past couple of days in my work with people processing some interesting themes, specifically ones about personal empowerment or personal sense of freedom as opposed to the world stage or general experiences that are happening around us, other people's experiences, other people's lives, things like that. So I have a feeling some of that might come up for the weekend, but oh, look at that. Okay. Queen of Cups, upright. Beautiful. Okay. So if you like these readings, please like and subscribe, ring the notification bell. Also, any comments that you are, inclined to leave about your experience or about tarot in general, I would love to hear them. I love talking to people. So please, by all means. Okay. Two of Swords reversed. And the Five of Cups upright. Okay. So again, yes, themes of what is fulfillment versus our repeated sense of loss. For me, this is particularly appropriate considering the conversations I've been having around me. The Queen of Cups upright, she's intuition. She's, the embodiment of the feminine principle. So she is heart open, receptive, emotional, but emotionally balanced. Okay. Just like the King of Cups would be as well. But the Queen, she has this undeniable beauty or this focus on beauty. She's very Venusian, which, the shell behind her kind of alludes to. But the truth here is that she is centered and focused on all that is pleasurable and beautiful about her experience, including her spiritual experience, which is where the intuition comes in. The Two of Swords reversed is about not having to make a distinction. Okay, the twos are all choice points. So the Two of Swords is a choice point between two separate ideas. Okay, two separate ways of belief or two separate self-concepts, when there's really a third option that we haven't quite seen yet. Reversed here, what it's saying to me is that there is a clarity of identity present in these first three cards. Specifically, a clarity of identity with the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups here is like, I know who I am. I know what I feel. I'm clear. And that Five of Cups with the three that are spilt over, the one that's spilt here, and then the two that are behind the character, behind the figure. The thing here is that Queen of Cups, she rules all of this. She rules the loss and she rules what's still standing. She knows who she is. There is no decision to be made here. She's clear. She's so clear that she sees these spilled cups, and even though she might be grieving, she sees the two behind her. She knows what's standing and what's real. The Fool, taking a leap of faith. The King of Rods reversed. Interesting. And then the Four of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to do my best not to take this incredibly literally. But the Fool overlaying the Queen of Cups here shows me that there is a trust granted here. That her sense of identity, her clear, focused rootedness in what she knows to be true intuitively as well as practically is allowing her to take a leap of faith. So while the Queen doesn't have to be a woman, this could be anyone, the querent in the reading, the Queen of Cups tells me, especially in conjunction with the first three cards, that the leap of faith is based on a clarity of identity, a clarity of that felt sense internally about what you can trust. Okay? So self-trust is the theme here. The King of Rods tells me that while the leap of faith is traditionally seen as this sort of sudden sudden jump off the cliff, so to speak. With this reverse King of Rods, it tells me it's not really all that sudden. That upright, the King of Rods, is about adventurousness and passion and that sort of warm, magnanimous, maybe even, how do I say it? Maybe even too sudden, too spontaneous kind of energy. Reversed, it tells me that this leap is actually sort of premeditated. Even though it's a leap of faith, it is still something that we aren't viewing haphazardly or haven't taken in the, whatever it is, I'll just do it because it's fun kind of thing. This leap of faith that's based on what you know is true about yourself, is directly influenced by your experience and by your stability and steadiness. And right now there's themes of Saturn leaving, I think it's leaving Pisces. I mean, obviously correct me if I'm wrong, please, on that one, but I believe Saturn is leaving Pisces, and there's some themes here coming up about who do we trust, about where is our self-discipline, about what we've been investing in over the past however many years in an effort to keep ourselves solid and steady. This reversed Four of Pentacles tells me that the floodgates are about to open. The freedom floodgates. And it's all based on the fact that we know who we are. So with Pluto moving into Aquarius and Saturn leaving Pisces, there's this sort of interesting switchover that I can see that's also coming up in this particular set of cards before I even pull the last three, or the final three in the 3-6-9 layout. The convergence of these two symbolic meeting points shows me that not only is freedom paramount, and by freedom I mean true freedom, internal freedom, paramount to our process, but it is also important that we remember, or if we can't remember, embody the part of ourselves that we know we can trust. So self-trust, awareness of the past, but non-investment in it. So leaving the past behind and understanding that your future is not in rash, spontaneous movements forward. It's in your knowledge of how you've come through everything you've come through. It's in your knowledge of what to share and how you contribute. Okay? The Hangman reverse. Well, no, that's upright. Excuse me. The Four of Cups reversed. Okay, I'm seeing all the right cards reversed for this energy that I've been meeting over the past few days. Now, the other thing about rods cards or wands is that they are inherently about what makes us feel alive, right? So there's this kind of feeling of recentering our sense of aliveness in a, into a more emotional place. So instead of it being sacral, it's going to be heart-centered, if that helps clear up what I'm trying to say. So if you know anything about those chakra centers, the sacral center is lower down. It's about identity in the world, but it's also about security and stability and things like that. Whereas the heart center is trusting, and it's different. So our quote unquote spiritual center of gravity is moving upward into our heart center. And I think that shift is particular. The reason I say that is the Hangman is about waiting. The Hangman is about joyfully waiting even, or I would dare say staying in the moment. The Hangman tells you to stay present in whatever challenge you're in without losing heart. Because there's beauty in the moment too, even if you feel stuck. The Four of Cups reversed tells me that there is an illumination happening. There is a reawakening or a re-enlivening of a dream that is now more possible and more, I don't want to say manifestable because that's not really a word, but it's more possible to be created now than ever before. The Four of Cups upright often signals a type of disillusionment or a disappointment. Reversed tells me that there is that sort of push from the inside, push from the heart center, from the other cards in the reading, to transcend the 3 lost cups, to not be disappointed in the things that had to go, because the things that had to go left all the space you need. The self-imprisonment, the bad self-concepts, the bad belief systems you have about who you are and how people see you, or what you've experienced before and what that might mean in terms of who you've become. All of those things don't matter anymore. All of those false ideas don't matter anymore, because our real world sense of self is now rooted in something a lot more steady. And that's our direct experience of having to trust our perceptions, our ideas, our capacities, and our ability to show up. There's definitely themes here on a collective level of finally embodying all of that processing we've done about narcissism over the past decade or so as a culture. We are now ready, I believe, to combat that sense of cultural narcissism more so than we have ever been before. And I think that this comes up on an individual level as, look at me, I can trust myself even when dealing with things that might remind me of prior experiences. Look, I can trust myself enough not to stay bound by what they said I was. I can still have my dream. I can still create what's real for me. I don't have to mourn the loss of things that are so far gone that they don't even apply anymore. The Knight of Swords. There's your movement, your very almost aggressive movement towards a change and towards that new self-concept, that new idea of who we are individually and collectively. Judgment. Release. Again, I'm just going to put my stones on here just in case, although this card's not very all that nudity focused, but you know, the algorithm. So judgment, this movement towards no, I know who I am and I'm going to follow my gut, leads directly to the release of the past situation. So, or the past belief system, or the past pattern, whatever it is that you're seeing personally in your own life. That judgment card tells me that we are right on the brink of something that will feel so freeing. And I can't really describe it because I'm not really sure what it means exactly. Okay. And then that leaves us with the teamwork. So the 3 of Pentacles, upright. The 3 is all about teamwork. It's all about collaboration. It's all about understanding the group's needs, being dedicated to the needs of the whole, things like that. So to have that be the end result here for the weekend, this is about working together, transcending the issues because you trust yourself enough and you know who you are. Not necessarily about, aggressively cutting away every extraneous situation, person, experience. Although that Knight of Swords gives you that sort of feeling, right? And I've heard some astrologers talk about this weekend being a great time to cut off anything that doesn't serve you well, you know. But I will say this. This is about cutting off anything that inhibits you from working well with your group, with your environment, your world, your people. This is about you choosing what part of you is best suited to contribute to the whole and engaging that part of you from a wholehearted space instead of the space that's like, if I give people what they want, they'll like me. That's what this says to me. The bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords reversed. And I heard one tarot reader talk about the bottom of the deck being the shadow of the reading. So the idea is that this is what's underlying or hidden in the background, which is this sort of freedom from anxiety, this release of an anxiety state of being, an anxious state of being that's probably been around for a really long time. So this is what's been hidden, is the anxiety. And we're ready to let that go, to let it come out to the surface, to be like, this is what's really happening. This is who I really am. This is what I can show up with. Take it or leave it. and then listening for the other party, whether it's a person or a work scenario or, even just your own, mental process, to come back with the other half of that picture, with what else is being offered into the whole situation. And then everybody working together to see how to make that work for everyone involved. There is, I want to use the word equanimity to this reading. All right. I hope everybody has a really good weekend. I kind of feel like cutting the deck one more time to see one more card. No, I'm not surprised to see the Eight of Pentacles be that one more card. Eight of Pentacles upright, also about dedication and work, but it's about using a skill that was hard learned or hard won to create something and build something. So there is definitely a sense here of you have been prepared by all the hardship to end up ready to contribute that skill set you've learned through that hardship. You are here to help everything and everyone, including yourself. But you start that by remembering who you really are and acting in accordance and alignment with that authenticity. And giving up on any of the old beliefs or ideas that tell you you're not enough or you don't have anything to give, because that's just not true. Drop the anxiety. Drop the anxiety that tells you that everything is just going to fall apart. You are part of the whole. Stuff falls apart all the time, but we rebuild. We rebuild and fall apart. We rebuild and fall apart over and over and over again. Right now, we're actually working on finding out who we can rebuild with and where. So focus on what you know because of everything you've been able to get through. And this weekend should actually bring you some sense of possibility and potential. So, all right, good. I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.